Hey people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 10 of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Last time, we finished up our investigation portion, and we basically met our rival prosecutor, Godo, the mysterious masked man who loves coffee and throwing a bunch of coffeeisms at us. So anyways, let's get a move on. Just hearing the little in that question is making me nervous. It means pay cuts. You said that he always goes after the most precious art pieces, right? That's right, pal! But there's one problem. That's not what he did in this case. The supposedly priceless urn doesn't exactly rise to the level of precious art. What do you mean?
Nick, how can you say such a terrible thing?
No, I meant from a financial point of view. I mean, it wouldn't fetch a good price. Well, Prosecutor Godo, what is the value of that urn? The appraisers I spoke to said they couldn't attach a price to it, and I mean that in the worst sense. So in other words, it was not the kind of item that Mask DeMasque would normally go after. If I understand you correctly, Mr. Wright, you're saying that the theft of the Sacred Urn was not the work of Mask DeMasque. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Actually, all I did was point out the contradiction. The argument made itself, but... Well, first of all, we need to get this issue cleared up. Was this last robbery the work of Mask DeMasque or not? What do you have to say about that, Mr. Godo? This coffee here, it's my own special blend. I call it Godo number 107. I'm trying to decide whether to cut down the acidity or the bitterness. That's the only thing I got on my mind right now, Mr. Wright. What? If you're really a man, you should clean up your own mess. Sorry, but I don't get what you mean. If you're saying it wasn't Mask DeMasque that stole the urn, then it must be someone imitating Mask DeMasque's message. A fake. A fake DeMasque?
Fake DeMasque? That sounds so ridiculous, but I like it.
Now, before I decide on my coffee, I believe some proof is in order, Mr. Wright. Proof that the person who appeared at Lordly Terror that night was actually a fake. Though I don't approve of Mr. Godo's behavior, his point is valid. Mr. Wright, we're waiting. It looks like I'm going to have to prove it. I need proof that the person at Lordly Taylor that night was in fact fake DeMasque. Basically, security family photo. He doesn't have a brooch, however... I know it's one of these two. The proof is right here. Yes, there we go. This looks like a photo taken by a security camera. But if you look closely, you'll notice something peculiar about it. Ha. Well then, why don't you go ahead and show us what it is? Go on, use this pointer and show us just what about this picture is so peculiar. It's right here, of course. You mean Mask DeMasque? I have here a piece of reference that I would like the court to look at.
Isn't that the publicity I bought this morning?
The problem I have with the security camera photo is the brooch on on DeMasque's chest. A breach? Here? Bailiff! Get my steed! We need to retreat at once! A brooch, Your Honor. It's a sort of clasp for holding one's cape on. A clasp, eh? Ah, I see now. But the Mask DeMasque in this security photo... Ah! He has no brooch! That brooch is the same as the emblem on DeMasque's calling card and serves as his symbol. But the thief that broke into Lordly Taylor wasn't wearing a brooch. In other words, this Mask DeMasque is a fake. I've been fooled again! Order! It's true, undeniably true! Detective Gumshoe, how could you have overlooked this? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how I... Hey, now. If you're going to have a pity party, invite me too. But Mr. Godo, you deserve some blame in this too. How could you have overlooked such a large brooch? Ha! The brooch you're talking about? Do you mean this? Ah! That's Mask DeMasque's brooch! Well, where'd you find that? Well, I've always had a good nose for evidence. I've got it at the crime scene. It was hidden in the shadow of a big female Buddha statue. Buddha statue? He must mean the Ami face statue. Why didn't you tell me about that? Why don't the prosecutors ever tell me about anything anymore? I always put evidence away in my pocket. After all, it's the safest place for crucial evidence.
This guy's one cool customer.
It's a little early to be shaken up, isn't it, little lady? That friend of yours left pretty little hickeys on there too. Hickeys? Figuratively speaking, of course. I am referring to Ron Delight's fingerprints. What? What? The defendant's fingerprints are on the brooch? Order in the court! Mr. Godo, let's see that brooch. I've grown attached to my metallic girlfriend here. Take good care of her. It appears to have been torn off some clothing. There's a little bit of cloth left on the back. Obviously, there must have been a bit of a struggle that night at the crime scene. Uh-oh, Phoenix, we have a problem. Mask DeMasque brooch is back to the court record. Ha! You mess with Godo, and you get burned. He's been playing me like a violin. Well, Judge, I'm about ready to call my next witness. You're done with me? But I haven't proved anything yet. You have proven your own incompetence. That's good enough. That doesn't sound good at all. Bailiff, bring the next witness into the courtroom. Finally, time for the ace detective to make his appearance, huh? One second is one drop of the coffee pot. Let's hurry it up.
Shh! Silence! Hee. Now I see. It's all becoming clear.
What's clear?
Somebody! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. What we have here is a judge and a prosecutor, a copy maniac at that. Am I correct?
Well, yes, that's right. Ha! Not bad at all. You're the first person that's ever been able to penetrate my secret veil.
Well, sir prosecutor, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke Atby, ace detective and rising star illuminating the heavens. Boy, these two make a perfect pair.
They'd either be best friends or they'd be tearing each other's heads off. I've heard that on the night of the crime, you were all alone on security detail.
You have heard correctly. I specially made Monocle who's worth more than 100 detective gumshoes.
Oh my gosh, whenever I see this line, I cannot help but picture like Edgeworth walking into a crime scene with an army of 100 gumshoes. It'd be literally like just the strongest army in the entire universe. 100 gumshoes, all serving Edgeworth. Edgeworth would rule the world in mere seconds.
If Detective Gumshoe was worth anything, that is.
Why was this guy all by himself anyways? There must be some reason, I'm sure of it. Well then, tell us what this special mock of yours witnessed.
It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's when my nose as the infamous Mask DeMasque dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Doctor swallowed me before I could say a single strike. When I woke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police.
So you did get a clear look at the criminal.
My spectacly made Monaco never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural.
I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening.
Well, sir, old-timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the king of thieves, the Master DeMasque, my arch-enemy. That is what my instincts and my years of experience tell me.
Very well. Proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. What I witnessed. Ugh. I have an itch that just will not go away. It was yes, approximately 1 o'clock. So that would be 1 o'clock in the morning on the 12th, correct?
That's an impressive deduction, sir, lawyer.
You were on security duty that night. What exactly were you at the time?
A penetrating question.
I was in the basement warehouse, near the computer. Near the computer, huh? So then you weren't trying to remain hidden, I take it.
Up until this point, I have tried to remain concealed while waiting for the thief.
Yeah, he said the same thing yesterday, too.
Don't you understand it was all about the crime scene?
Precisely! That is precisely why I chose North Eye last night. I knew that by not considering myself, I would be putting pressure on the thief. I'd be giving him the razzle-dazzle. Looks like the thief was only applying pressure on your pigeony head, that is.
In any case...
Dancingly descended? From where exactly?
Well, from the entrance, I suppose. Where else?
So in actuality, he neither danced nor descended. Someone please save me. How is it that you didn't notice the thief?
My eyes were looking for the thief's shadow while my ears listened for his footfalls. But even so, the dastardly criminal managed to sneak up on me. It can only be due to his solid camouflage cape and soft-soled shoes.
I hereby W8 stunts. You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened?
Well, that's the difficult part. How shall I put it? I saw his mask. That's all I can recall.
That's not very solid as far as testimony goes.
However, fortunately, I hid my third monocle, the security camera at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. That should be sufficient, I believe.
Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have a problem with this photo? Good. Then let's continue with the testimony. Yeah, you have to. I believe you have to press this one, and then you can do a press. You can go further in detail. Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing. That's certainly some very impressive detective work.
Well said, lawyer. Have you ever been suddenly struck on the head?
Huh? Well, actually, yes, by a fire extinguisher.
And what happened?
I was knocked out.
And you lost your memory too. You see? You have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I had more brains to begin with.
He may have brains, but the wiring to his self-reflection part seemed to be severed.
In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless. And then?
No, this is just an all-press. About this 30 minutes.
My silver cord was loosened and my soul fled to the golden halls of Elysium. As usual, I have no idea what this guy...
That's all. What's wrong with me? I was using Mia's voice.
As usual, I have no idea what this guy is saying.
I think he's saying that he was out cold. So, what happened during these 30 minutes?
No one can say all of that. That span of time has truly vanished into the ether.
Just what is going on? What is he going on about?
There's something suspicious about the detective behind me. How could he have not noticed when the thief came in? Also, he said he was knocked unconscious before he could fight back.
But that can't be right. It contradicts the evidence.
Huh? Which piece?
The real question is, why would he tell such an obvious lie? Oh, great. This is gonna be real fun. So clearly appears the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence in that statement not related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making such accusations. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Okay. What am I missing? Oh, great. Oh, great. Just trying to think of how this is. Ugh. Okay. Okay, where is it? Sorry, sorry I'm not figuring this out. I know the answer. Okay. Okay. Come on. Yes. Oh crap! I really don't know what I'm doing! I know basically the logic, basically, that Luke is going to base that... Look, I know the truth on this case, so I'm just trying to get to the logic behind it. Oh great. Ugh. Oh great, what am I missing? I need some time to think, What is it? What is it? Ugh. Oh, come on. Come on, need to think. What is it? Need to think. What is it? Oh, no. So, stupid thing, malfunctioning. Damn timer. Oh. Okay. Yeah, really, what is it? Like I said, just worst thing of this game. Okay. Come on. Oh, right! How did I be so dumb to forget about this? I swear, sometimes I don't get myself at times. Mr. Admate, could you take a look at this with that special marker of yours? Aha! This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis, Master DeMasque. How could I have forgotten the brooch? What is wrong with me? It is, in the point of fact, Master DeMasque's brooch. It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened. Ha! Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough. Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing. Ripped off? Aha! We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have struggled with the thief. The only person who was on security duty that night. You, Detective Adme. Detective Adme, you must have fought with the thief that night. So, why did you lie in your testimony to the court? Witness! Giving false testimony is a serious crime. No! Wait just a moment, timer. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. Hee. I just remembered, Donna. I was just confused because I've been dealing with so many cases lately. The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That's what I always say. Nick, you only handle one case at a time, isn't that right? You talk too much. Witness, so you're saying that you and the thief fought?
Hold on, that's quite enough, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules. Indeed, I understand. I look at me agree completely.
This is what I was getting mixed up on.
Indeed, it's true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, look at me cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed the weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true judgment fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. I was not like Double Dragon. I could not do the flips and the kicks. My lumbar was out of whack. I couldn't do my morning Tai Chi. His first blow stuck true, bam, and that's all she wrote. Correct!
Oh, sorry, I did. So you didn't get glimpse of Master DeMasque.
It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak.
Well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes to which case. That can't be good.
Fight with the thief.
This is the testimony. I can make up for this. Basically, you have to press this statement. You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities.
But of course, in college, I was the second in charge of the boxing club.
I'm sorry if I failed to find that appropriately impressive.
However, my opponent in the ring was my arch nemesis, Master DeMasque.
This guy is a real piece of work.
Oh, sorry.
I know you have to basically... here we are.
Can you tell us a little more about what happened? My opponent was both powerful and vicious. You might say he was powericious. Or viciousful.
But powericious?
I assume that made fighting stats, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. There it is. That, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me.
What do I do now? Should I ask more about this? At me fighting style.
What's his at me fighting style? Basically, I raise my leg like a flamingo and I start kicking like this. I kick, I go like bam, bam. And I start yelling about how the weekend is cool. I call my opponent Monday because I hate Mondays. I want to fight Mondays. I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I can't really say anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one get behind you.
That's it? That's the at me fighting style?
Like a flamingo!
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say about the testimony? It was very important.
Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique after all.
Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
Now then, witness, we'll go ahead and add that secret information to the official testimony.
There we go. Detective Amy, your testimony is crumbling like a house of cards. What fun is this, sir, lawyer? It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet.
I believe this is what you said yesterday.
No, the coward must have wormed his way in somewhere beside the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head from behind with that gruesome item here.
From behind, huh? But just now you justified they struck you on the forehead.
I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on that. It seems I made another mistake.
Detective Adme, this is not the only strange part of your testimony. What do you mean by that? For example, the very fact you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security.
Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad.
That's wrong. To err is to human, to forgive divine. Humans aren't machines, they have souls, feelings. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes.
Hey, hold on! It's not as pretty as that!
Really? What is it like then? Always Chiselito down to the end. That's one of my rules. This is it. This might just be my chance to turn things around. Mr. Wright, what exactly is that you're asserting? Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that I don't... Basically, I'm going to just go with the real one. Can't risk my bar any more than I have already. The answer's simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Lugami's true identity is actually Mask DeMasque. Yuck! Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atmey's story. He says that he was hiding at the crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he managed to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure. That's Phoenix. In Luke's defense, a small child could outwit Gumshoe. A kitten could outwit Gumshoe. Those flags on either side of the witness stand could outwit Gumshoe.
That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to achieve a...
Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atmey. The truth is that you are, in fact, Master DeMasque.
Yuck!
But Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows Master DeMasque. The security camera belongs to Lloyd Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed as the thief and sold the urn. So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief? Is this true, witness?
Aha! Mask DeMasque, MO is pure genius, and so am I, Luke Atmey, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I am a wrestler lawyer.
What? Witness, you're admitting it?
Now's your chance!
Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atmey, when you assume the thief's identity... Coffee slam! Goat blend number 1 or 2, my personal favorite. Mr. Godo! The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godo, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Wright. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see the decisive proof you have, quickly. Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What's the big rush?
Are you alright, Nick?
Atmey looks pretty riled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can. But can I really do it? The decisive evidence proof is in fact Mask DeMasque's? Has yet to be found. Proof? Of course I got nothing. Huh. Ha. Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high, no matter how bad things get after all. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. This is no good. I've gotta stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief.
Don't give up, Nick! Think hard and try again!
It's no good. I'm just not ready yet.
But are you going to just give up and let us lose this?
So, sorry.
So you come to your senses,
Have you, sir lawyer? I can't think of a counterattack at all. It seems the clause to surprising this witness has lifted. Mr. Godo, if you have anything further to add, then... Yeah, I'll finish up this section in this episode. It's now a very long court session. Who are you? That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Mr. Light, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for? I think I found it. You mean that bag? No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well, that's...
The Sacred Urn! Nick, it's the urn!
Order, you madam! That urn, where'd you find it? You'll never believe it.
It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Detective. Look at me.
Oh, Desi, you're the best! Sacred Urn.
Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Acme? Even you're gonna have a hard time squeezing out of this one.
Ha, pathetic. Mr. Godo, did you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Acme was involved?
Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider this young lady here. Your name is Desiree? Desiree Delight, is that correct? Yes, what about it? Ha! How charming. The length that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. But why are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that story urn anywhere. Including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove the urn was where the urn was before you found it. What I just brought here from the detective's office. Please, madame, this town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Mr. Light, please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense to these people. There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Acme Detective Agency. Show fingerprints on the urn. I can prove it where the urn was. By fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints, eh?
Oh, come now! Now you're really making me laugh, sir lawyer. Fingerprints indeed? May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything.
What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyways.
Nick, what are you going to do now? I've come too far to back now. Abby must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. Now, I believe that there is actually secret dialogue. You have to say Phoenix, because Phoenix put his fingerprints on the urn yesterday. But I believe Desi has some dialogue of her own if you say her. Let me give you an important piece of advice. The only one who gives a good head on the way until the game's end is the winner.
Let me give you an even more good reason, Mr. Wright. You are not going to win the game with that answer.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. I didn't know. I believe that Desi does have some secret dialogue. Wow, even the judge is making cool dialogue now. Does that mean I was wrong again? The urn was put in the bag and carried to the detective's office yesterday. I know it's Phoenix! The person who left their fingerprints on the urn yesterday at the Acme Detective Agency. You really think there's someone that could fit the bill?
Well, Mr. Wright, what have you decided?
Your Honor, please give me just one more chance. Yes, it's Phoenix. I told you it's Phoenix. It is. So what's all the fuss about fingerprints anyways? Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick! Come on, open it up! Hey, wait a minute. We can't just open up his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy! This is an important investigation! Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec. I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth. Well, hello there! It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time. But I did touch what was inside. What? You touched it? And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard. That was just... Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Acme's office.
Well,
Sorry, I just bounced between a Goda voice I was debating on using and my current one. Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does. What did you say? Not what I said, it's what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I posted until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable.
If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingers on it after that were yesterday at the Acme Detective Agency. Ha! This blend, Gordo Blend 107, I decided it's a little too bitter at all, after all. Order, order, order! I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn in. Wait! Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that! No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. What are you saying? Yes, I finally broken him down. Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my weekend genius, I was supposed to create one by myself on the weekend. Here I am, the Tragic Cloud! I am Pasaro!
This guy's not even a fruitcake!
You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Mask DeMasque. I hope you all enjoyed my little performance. Oh, hee. Well, Mr. Godo, what's Mr. Acme's condition? He is still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be. Well, it looks like the matter's been settled. I came precariously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief.
Nick, you were right after all!
Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Wrong Delight. You're wrong! Wrong, I tell you! I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I was really trying to say. Oh no, he's not! This can't be happening! The thief, the sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures! It's me! It's him! I'm him! I'm the one you want! I'm the thief, I told you! So do it! Pronounce me guilty, please! I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but the true identity of the thief has already been proven. Just hurry up and pass judge. What are you talking about? I already confessed! I'm the thief, I told you! Mr. Godo, don't just stand there drinking coffee. Ha. Hey there, Mr. Thief. Yes, sir! If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean. If you are Master DeMasque, then prove it. Well, that's what it means. Yes, sir, I'll be happy to.
He says he'll be happy to, Nick.
It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. I know that. I won't fail, I swear. Okay, then talk. We're all listening. Oh, well, let's all have a listen to this confession. The truth is, I've been Master DeMasque all along! I mean, you can't prove that I'm actually not Master DeMasque. I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. I done my costume that I intentionally decided on the crime. Look, you can see me right here in this photo. That's me! That's right, brooch. I snagged on the door handle and got torn off, that's all. I don't like the direction this trial's taken. But this is how every trial goes, at least with me anyways. Ha! You are doing great. Stop it, Mr. Godo! You're embarrassing me! Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? But if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Master DeMasque. Thanks so much, Mr. Godo! I'll do my best! Alright, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination. Basically, this is a very easy one. All you have to do... Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Ah! Yes, it does! I lost it somewhere! Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report to the police right away. Ah, no, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence. Evidence? Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you lost your wallet? Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner. This wallet was found at approximately 1 o'clock a.m. at KB Security Headquarters. What? Surely you're not serious. Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB Security that night. No! So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi. No! Furthermore, considering that the distance between Lord Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car, according to Larry anyways. Well, Mr. Godo, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee! Do you tell the sun to stop shining? Why don't you tell the wind to stop blowing? Or for the moon to stop being bright? Or telling the moon to not come out at night? Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him he's wrong. You're the one who's called me thief, Mr. Godo. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will.
He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up.
Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school. Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there, not the heist.
Planted it there? He's really reaching now.
Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it to use this, didn't you? The keycard to KB Security CEO office. No! Ha, that was a pretty good try, Mr. Delight. Unfortunately, you have overlooked one small thing. What? Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to the KB Security in the middle of the night anyways? Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all. The stupid kid! Now then, let's hear evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security at 1 a.m. that night. Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct? That's... What is it? What is it? A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents, but blackmail. Yes, basically it says bring $50,000. That certainly sounds like blackmail, right? At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with the blackmailer himself in KB Security's CEO office, and a full half hour away from the scene of the crime. Ugh. No. Order! So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense. You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me, well, let's just say that my coffee blend, Godo Blend 107, impresses me a lot more. What are you trying to say? I'm sorry if this episode is going on. I didn't anticipate it to be this long. Anyways, we're almost done. You said that the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company. But did you actually investigate the CEO at all? Huh? Well, no, I guess not. Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof. I'm not sure what to think of that. Not sure what I think of that. At least I know it. I think of you. Good point. I'm not sure what I think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're going to have to track down the CEO guy.
No, we don't have time. We don't have to track down the CEO at all. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? There is someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify who used that car key at 1 o'clock that night. Who is this useless-looking young man? You don't remember him, Your Honor? Not exactly, but just looking at his picture makes me the bile start to rise in my throat.
It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago.
He probably blocked out his memory on purpose. Anyways, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night. The question at hand is this key card. Yep, that's the key card they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one's for the CEO office. You need to use it to get into the room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who went into the room and when. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing the key card's data. Bwah! Well, Mr. Godo? The name of the CEO of KB Security is Ken Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data. Here. So what does it show? Each keycard has its own serial number and they leave detailed records of their uses. According to this data, this card was used at 1 a.m. on the morning of the crime. That means it can be Mr. Delight dressed as Master DeMasque in this photo. Ha! It looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe. So then... Ron the Wright was clearly in the office of KB Security CEO at the time of the office. At the time of the murder. At the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Master DeMasque.
Good job, you did, Nick!
That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief. What's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, do you have any further objections? No, Your Honor. Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight. Court is now adjourned.
Nick, you did it! You were right after all! Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself.
Nicky boy. Oh, Mr. Light.
I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you.
Aw, shucks. Thanks, Mr. Light. I just know I'm blushing.
Congratulations, Nick.
And this is where we'll see the true strength of Pearl. Oh, Pearls. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Who is this woman?
Oh, she's nobody. She's just
You're blushing. How dare you do this around Mystic Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself.
One slap. Ow, she slapped me.
Birdie? This woman is just Desiree the Light. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick.
Yes?
You're even worse than I thought. Gary Ryan looks like your own client.
No! You've got it all wrong! 1, 2. Ow! A double slap!
Well, anyways, all's what ends well. We got Sacred Urn back and the thief has been caught.
You're so right, and all thanks to Nicky Boy here.
But actually, it was you, Mr. Light, that brought the urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, it's not this one, apparently. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. If we won the case, then why does this guy look like he's so glum? Oh, no, that's not until the end of the case that we'll see it.
But I am the thief. Actually, what's the point of?
What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie.
I know that. I appreciate that, see? But the thing is...
Come on, give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Godo, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should learn my name or you call me buddy. Well, parlay time is over. Huh? Earlier this morning, the body of Ken Bullard was discovered.
Ken Bullard? Where was that name before?
Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security?
But body?
The estimated time of death was 1 a.m. on October 12th. 1 a.m. on October 12th? You don't mean... That's right, amigo. Excuse me. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Oh, come on, you figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that little piece of info I helped you out with today? Help me out with what? October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron Delight was in the CEO's office. The scene of the murder. After getting the blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with utter rage.
Why are you saying imbued with rage?
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know it. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KB Security. It looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the news that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi.
No way!
He can't be the thief because
he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred. No, that's not a lie. It can't be true.
Well, I am a thief, I tell you.
You're on the right. You're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you will be tried for murder.
But wait, considering that but now that I think about it, since basically the Sacred Urn of Karain was worth nothing, wouldn't that technically be petty theft and would only be punished by a small fine?
I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Wright. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You have never been a coward.
Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun with you while I'm here.
This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. More dangerous than the prosecutor lady who whipped you into unconsciousness. Or the perfectionist prosecutor who tased you and Maya.
Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. Wright.
You're going back to prison.
You're going to go to the showers.
Nick, how could this happen? Right in front of our very eyes, our client's been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me.
Yeah, Ron!
Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? Okay, once we start the dialogue here, I think it'll be a good time to end off the episode. Anyways, come on. October 13, 3:02 p.m. Rhinecode Law Offices.
You know, I'm glad we finally got it off, but boy, Mr. Like our rest again.
And with that, I think that was a good time to take this off. I really appreciate that you took around to watch this really long episode. I appreciate. Sorry. Anyways, I really appreciate that you took the time to. What's wrong with me today? I really appreciate that you took the time to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. If you go back for the next one, if you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, share with you guys that you want. And with that, I'll see you later. Bye.